Roughly 300,000 years ago, someone went to sleep in a cave in what is now South Africa. They closed their eyes, and their brain did something it had never quite done before at this scale. It showed them things that weren't there, a lion that hadn't appeared yet, a person who was already dead, a place they'd never been. They woke up, and for the next 300,000 years, nobody would be able to agree on what just happened. Here's the problem with studying ancient dreams. Dreams don't fossilize. You can excavate a sleeping mat. You can find the remains of a fire where people gathered at night. You can even analyze the wear patterns on teeth to figure out what someone ate before bed. But the dream itself, the images, the emotions, the narrative your brain constructed while your body was paralyzed, that leaves no trace. So if we want to know what ancient humans dreamed about, we can't look at the dreams. We have to look at everything else. What their days were like, what their brains were built to do, and, perhaps most revealing, what they thought dreams were. Before we can guess what they dreamed, we need to understand why we dream at all. And neuroscience has converged on something interesting. Dreams aren't random noise. They're simulations. The threat simulation theory proposed by neuroscientist Antti Revonsuo suggests that dreams evolved as a kind of nighttime training ground. Your brain runs through dangerous scenarios while your body is safely paralyzed, so that when you encounter those situations awake, you've already practiced. For ancient humans, the threats were consistent. Predators, falling, getting lost, social conflict, the death of someone in your group. But it's not just physical threats. The social simulation theory suggests dreams also rehearsed our most complex challenge, each other. Who can you trust? What happens if you offend the group? What if someone you love dies? Your brain was running social drills every single night, so if you want to know what an ancient human dreamed about, start here. They dreamed about surviving the next day, and they dreamed about the people they depended on to survive it. The oldest written dream we have comes from Mesopotamia, roughly 4,000 years ago. It's not a personal diary entry, it's a king's dream, recorded by priests, because in the ancient world, dreams didn't belong to the dreamer, they belonged to everyone. The Egyptians compiled dream dictionaries, the Chester Beatty Dream Book, dating to around 1200 BCE, listing hundreds of dream symbols and their meanings. Seeing yourself in a mirror? Good. Drinking warm beer? Bad. The Egyptians didn't think dreams came from your brain. They thought dreams came from the gods. A dream was a message, and if you could decode it, you could see the future. The Greeks took this further. They built dream incubation temples, the most famous dedicated to Asclepius, the god of healing. You would travel to the temple, purify yourself, lie down on the floor, and wait for the god to visit you in your sleep. When you woke, the priests would interpret what you'd seen and prescribe a treatment. Dreams weren't private experiences. They were medical procedures. Across every ancient civilization, the consensus was the same. Dreams were real. Not metaphorically real, actually real. When you dreamed of a dead person, you had actually encountered them. When you dreamed of a god, they had actually spoken to you. The dream world wasn't inside your head. It was another place, and your consciousness traveled there every night. We don't have to guess entirely, because some communities still practice what ancient humans likely practiced. Among the Iroquois, dreams were considered so important that the entire community gathered each morning to share and interpret them. If you dreamed of something you needed, the community was obligated to help you obtain it. Dreams weren't entertainment, they were instructions. Aboriginal Australian cultures go further. The concept of the dreaming or dream time isn't about the dreams you have at night. It's about a parallel reality that exists alongside the physical world, where ancestral beings created the land, the laws, the seasons. Every person, every place, every animal exists in both worlds simultaneously. To dream is not to imagine. It is to remember. What these traditions share is something the ancient world likely shared too. Dreams were communal. You didn't wake up and think, that was a weird dream, and move on. You woke up and told someone, and that person helped you understand what it meant. The dream wasn't yours. It belonged to the group. Somewhere along the way, that changed. Dreams became private, psychological, something you process alone or with a therapist, not something you bring to your community for interpretation. We gained the ability to study dreams scientifically to map REM sleep, to identify the neural circuits that generate dream narratives. But we lost something too. We lost the idea that your dreams might matter to someone else, that the things your brain shows you at night might contain information your waking mind needs, that dreaming isn't a malfunction or a side effect, it's the oldest technology we have for processing fear, grief, desire, and connection. Tonight, when you close your eyes, your brain will do the same thing it did in that cave. 300,000 years ago, it will show you your fears, it will rehearse your relationships, it will take you to places that don't exist and introduce you to people who aren't there. And when you wake up, you'll have a choice. You can dismiss it as noise, or you can do what your ancestors did. You can tell someone and see what they think. It means, what did ancient humans dream about? The same things you do.